Welcome to the Glitch Report, your daily marketing botcast. Brought to you by Leadpages. Here are our hosts, Kai and Luna.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It's February 3rd, 2025, and the marketing world just keeps on changing, so we've got a lot to unpack.
It's been a wild couple of weeks. I feel like every time I refresh my feed, there's some crazy new development.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here, to help you make sense of it all. So are you ready to dive in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Awesome. First up, we've got some major news from ChatGPT that's making waves.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. They made o3-mini free.
Yep. Totally free.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal because this isn't just like some minor update. We're talking about the reasoning model that powers some of ChatGPT's most advanced features.
Right. Like the stuff that people were paying a premium for before. Now anyone can access it.
I know.
Oh.
So what do you think? What are the implications here for marketers?
Well, I think the biggest thing is accessibility. You've got all these smaller businesses, startups, entrepreneurs. They suddenly have access to tools that were previously way out of their budget.
That's a really good point. Like, it's not just about making things easier. It's about who gets to play the game at all.
Exactly. It levels the playing field.
And speaking of pushing boundaries, let's talk about what's happening in space. Things are getting a little bit out of this world. Literally.
Oh, yeah. The whole space advertising thing.
Yeah. Astronomers are calling for a global ban on space advertising, which I'd say kind of blows my mind that we're even at that point.
I know, right? It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie. But it really raises some important questions about how we want to treat space.
Absolutely. Like, on the one hand, it's this incredible frontier of exploration and discovery. But on the other hand, there's this push to commercialize it.
It's a tough balance for sure. Like, the night sky has always been the shared resource. You know, it's inspired art, science, religion for as long as humans have been around.
Right, and astronomers need a clear view of the sky for their research. So all these satellites and potential space billboards are a big concern for them.
And there's the whole issue of space debris.
Yeah. That's a whole other can of worms. Mm-hmm. But I guess what it boils down to is, if we're not careful, space could just become another billboard-filled landscape.
Exactly. And that would be a real shame. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
You're telling me, okay, so we've talked about AI becoming more accessible and space becoming more commercialized. Now let's bring it back down to earth and talk about a social media platform that's proving that community and authenticity are still king.
You're talking about TikTok.
You know it. Remember a while back when everyone thought it was going to get banned?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It was all over the news.
Well, they not only survived, they're thriving. They've held on to 90% of their U.S. traffic, which is mind-blowing. Most brands would kill for that kind of loyalty.
Yeah, 90% retention is insane. That's not just an accident. It tells me they're doing something right.
Totally. So what do you think is the secret sauce?
I think it's the sense of community they've built and the emphasis on authenticity.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's not just about perfectly polished content. It's about real people connecting with each other.
I see what you're saying. So even if you're not on TikTok, there's a lesson to be learned there for any brand.
Absolutely. It's about making your audience feel seen and heard. And fostering that level of engagement.
Wow. Okay. So we've covered a lot of ground today. Free AI tools shaking things up, space becoming the next advertising frontier, and TikTok showing everyone the power of community.
I told you, it was a wild couple of weeks.
No kidding. And on that note, I think we'll wrap things up for today. This has been such an insightful conversation. Thanks for joining me, and thank you all for listening.
Thanks for having me. It was a great discussion.
It really was. And until next time, keep your eyes on the ever-changing world of marketing. You never know what's going to happen next.
That's for sure.